Alright, people of the world. This is GTAraj, and I welcome you back to the channel once again. I do be being pinged. Tonight, we are very much jumping into Forza Motorsport 4. We're gonna have ourselves a good old time. And we're just gonna casually ignore the Discord update. So, it has been a little while since I've jumped into Forza Motorsport 4. It is still a great freaking game to play. It is still miles better to race, specifically race, especially racing Forza 4 compared to the later Horizon games. So keep that one in mind. Oh my god! I got jump scared in my own game. We're going to be loading up my classic save from many moons ago when I first started playing this. As always. And we're going to be running about in the DeLorean. And we're going to be messing around. What was the thing I was doing last time? I'm in an E-Class DeLorean. So we are going to be cutting about in the Euro Tour. We've already done a fair bit of it. And we're just gonna have ourselves a little good time whilst I drink some moose juice. God, that thing is firm. There we go. I think this was the first or the second Forza game to ever feature the DeLorean. And then we've messed with it. I still can't install a twin turbo to it, unfortunately. The game won't let me. It just bugs out when I do it. Not a fan of it. But here we are, Forza Motorsport 4, back on the channel once again. And we are, a bug. Interesting. Oh, I've got my vrooms on here. Gonna be approaching 88 real soon. If I remember to shift my gears, and those stupid little Citroens here. Oh hell, I screwed that up big time. My brakes are just not good. Oh my god, I may have shifted far too early. I might just have to bully the Citroen. Now keep in mind, this is Forza Motorsport, where damage actually matters. Hi Zach, how you doing? Where's my handbrake at? You know what, we're going to restart this one. P. Mueller is a little too ahead for my taste. Nice Lauren, thank you. I built it myself. I tuned the gearbox and everything. The last couple of Forza 4 streams we've done, it's just been putting the DeLorean through its paces and seeing what we can get away with at each of the levels before it becomes a little bit, meh. Because, like you should know, every car is going to have a sweet spot where it just feels good to drive. Instead of sending it and just having the power just make the car understeer, oversteer and all that crap. 88 miles an hour. Brakes. Look at that ding dong just getting absolutely demolished. In my own defense, my ears also itchy. Oh god. Let's see what we can do here. They're behind us. We have 4 laps, and I'm changing gears going round a corner. So that is very much something. Alright, punk. Don't slam into my beautiful car, you harlot. I'm gonna beat this fella up, that's up here. That is not the appropriate way to drive a DeLorean. But that is appropriate to do to that mother hubber. Never mind. Never mind. Even when you go off-road, or go off the track, sorry, the game will purposefully slow you down. Because as you just saw, we went right onto tarmac. It just wasn't the track. So therefore, the game's like, hey, you're trying to cut corners. Let's slow you down. Oh. I need to find a better attack opportunity here. Whatever it takes. There's a rear engine car, get wrecked. First place belongs to me. My car's a bit damaged, but that's not going to matter to the overall race. What matters is that we win this. So that's my handbrake. I forgot where my handbrake was because I'm using a very different setup for my controller. Because you cannot individually remap things. You can only use the presets that the game allows. Which, yes, that is very dumb and very archaic. I'm not a fan of that corner, not by a long shot. Is that a Rossi at the back? Yeah, M. Rossi. M. Rossi's a very overpowered driver in this. Yeah, it's creeping up. There we go. Slowly but surely getting there. My car is so dented. I hate that so much. The AI knows that they have to pay for any damages that they inflict their own vehicle. So it's like, why? Why are you like this? And there we go. I had to concentrate for that corner. It's a bit of a pain to do so. I don't know why my wheels locked up like that, but they really shouldn't have. My brakes are not that powerful. At least they bloody shouldn't be. We don't need to gear shift. We don't need to gear shift. We're fine. Oh God! Why did we do that? We're still winning. Oh, terrifying. Keep in mind, unlike the Horizon games, this is a rear-wheel drive DeLorean. The one that I made in Horizon 5 is an all-wheel drive. So keep that one in mind as well. I wonder what my volume's like on this. My volume should be fine, I think. At least I hope anyway. I don't have a spotter for that kind of thing. I imagine this would be so much better with an actual gear shifter. Like when you get right down to it, you're not flicking an analog stick or pushing on bumpers to downshift. There we go. What are we in terms of performance away from the Citroen C4? A whole second. But our performance index class is 273 versus 275. Now the ones at 275 are the fully upgraded ones. We also allow vehicles here that are not upgraded. So it's a fair competition to see how basically everyone else stacks up. As it should be. Bye, Rossi. You suck. Now we get to see how the AI drives. It has let M. Rossi catch up so bad. Without a shadow of a doubt. Look at that crap. Oh my god, that is very interesting. actually had to slap the brakes on. So if you're just tuning in, we are watching the AI drive my DeLorean. On this course, it is actually doing fairly well. There are courses in where the AI does not do very well, which is hilarious to see. I don't know why that turn was so wide. But no, I did a much better job than I actually thought when it came to this car in particular. However, the car itself is still a bit bolty. For my liking. So keep that in mind. Now, I do want to get the Euro Tour done. Like I mentioned earlier on, every car is going to have its sweet spot. Where it just feels comfortable to drive. And I think this car lies in not E-Class, C-Class. Between C and B. Any higher and you run the risk of the car becoming a little too unstable. Okay, I actually care about that because the AI should have slowed down. Now, for the most part, the AI in this game actually does exist. They will perform maneuvers. As opposed to Horizon's, I'ma go forward. In the case of Rossi, he just wanted to get ahead. And he didn't fucking care. Oh god. I've scraped the car already, that's my fault for yapping. That is absolutely my fault for yapping. So restart, do it again, the results are always going to be the same. For the most part, I will end up in first. There we go. We got a massive clean pass, and we should be Gucci. Yeah, there's no way he's gonna be able to pass. Well, this is a 5-lap race. Should be interesting. Tires are fine. Car's internals are fine, or the bodywork of the car is fine. At least I hope so, anyway. Damn, that's funky. See, my driving isn't always the best, but when it kicks in, my driving can get really nice at the best of times. Kind of like what it's doing now. Yeah. That'll kickstart the engine. I'm kidding, you might actually blow something if you do that IRL. But look at the lead I have. This is one hell of a great lead. This is the way the lead should be. This lead is such a good thing for me to have right now. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. Just keep on driving. You know what? This game needs a remaster. Or a remake. Have it come back with all the shit with it, like an auction house. Because while the game is still fun, it is one of the aspects of Forza that made it fun in the first place. Outside of the driving. Because when you get right down to it, you can form communities in Forza. Like, you share tuning setups, share paint jobs, share cars, well, not share cars, you sell cars. Actually, come to think of it real quick, Forza used to have a gifting system, a proper gifting system. Where you could send vehicles to your friends. Now obviously there were some restrictions on them. Horizon 5 has a similar thing where you can just send a car from your inventory, but it is sent out there. However, with Motorsport 4, and I don't know if Motorsport continues this trend or not, but you can just gift whole ass cars to people on your friends list, and it's like, huh? That is just insane. Woo! How you trying to tell me that was a 2-star turn? Fuck off. That was almost 3. Jesus! That should be 4. That was only a 3? Fuck off. There's no way. We hit the finish line at 89 miles an hour. That would be so much more fun if we hit it at 88. I should have let off the accelerator a little bit. But what we're going to do now is going to have the AI do a lap. Because the game itself takes over from you when you drive, or after you finish the thing. And we get to see how the computer handles the car. A lot of the time you'll find out that it handles very disastrously. Where a human's skill is required for certain maneuvers. But just look at how graceful that DeLorean looks. Look at how lovely it looks. God, it is so fantastic. Yeah, you're only doing like what, 60 at the most right there, but like you cannot sit there and deny the fact the car looks great. Look at her go. That is fantastic. Where the hell is the other? You've knocked cones over. How the hell dare you? How dare. Don't go knocking cones over, you prick. That was a very quick lap, actually. Interestingly enough, Ross is a little bit closer than I'd like, but that's just me. Just look how good that looks. Come on now. Ah, it is so hard to deny that. You look at the DeLorean, and then you look at the bloody Citroen behind it. Yeah, let's see, the Citroen C4. Citroen C4 is ugly. How did that go into production? God, it looks like a bootleg electric car. And electric cars look terrible as it is. God. Take on the best E-Class cars in Europe, open to any E-Class car. So, one thing I like is you can put various restrictions on events that you take on. So you can set it so you can only do, or you can only use an E-Class vehicle, or you can make it unlimited. Or you can remove the ability for people to upgrade their cars, whilst you yourself are still able to upgrade your bring in an upgraded vehicle. So I have upgrades turned off, for the most part, for the AI. That way, you get a better idea as to how those cars naturally perform versus something you upgrade yourself. In the case of the Citroen C4, that would wipe the floor with the DeLorean had I not upgraded it. And it wouldn't be winning all those races. However, you need to take into account that this is all based on skill as well. Ross is keeping up purely on skill. That Beetle! I'm gonna get my revenge on it at some point. Oh, my poor DeLorean! Anyway, I would have tried to show up. Actually, no, I'm gonna be starting the race. That was a nightmare. That beetle wrecked my streak. So we're redoing that particular race. I can't move my chair. There we go. I'm what we like to call comfortable. I think. I'll take it. That stinky son of a bitch just rammed into me. He wanted me off the road, didn't care. Yeah, sometimes the AI in this game just will not care. They don't care if they bust their asses trying to get me off the road. They don't care if they're gonna bust themselves up. They want their opponent gone. They don't care what happens. My tail light, you bastard! God. El terrible. El fucking. What was that? That is some bullshit. Arrgh. Anyway, we're back here again. What's this, the fourth time? Because a certain vehicle keeps plummeting right into me. And I'm not having it. If I have to take out my wrath on that motherfucker, I will. I made that little bitch crash. Just for that, I'm going to make him crash a second time. Sure, it might be a form of attempted murder, but he fucking deserves it. M. Rossi as an AI is just too good to let live in this race. He is far too good. You punk ass little bitch. God, this game is so unrealistic at times. It sucks. Like, that shouldn't have really, should have happened. The car weighs a ton, and all those other cars weigh less than I do. So should I have been the one to spin out? You be the judge. I think that DeLorean was 3,000 pounds in weight. I'll have to check after this. But no, we're going to tackle it properly. much damage have I got? Oh, you fucking harlot! Oh, I tried to bring up my damage thing, was not paying attention. Okay, okay, okay. Right here. We pay attention. We pay attention. No more distractions. Well, at least not for me anyway. Woo! Okay! We got this. We can do it. We can do it. We do it. We do it. Alright, we got this. We got this. Did we even get a scratch? I still don't know why the brakes locked up the way they did, because it was a bit too early and didn't have the required pressure to lock up. Anyway, she gorgeous. That's right, gang. Just keep on driving like that and I'll be ahead in no time. I didn't need to use shenanigans to get ahead. Alright, we still have a significant advantage over them. Uh-oh. That was definitely not 4 stars game, but okay, thank you very much for the fake appreciation. Jesus! Section C4 is still terrible. Ah, so that one was 2 gear shifts down. He's right there. Alright, let's keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Lap 3 out of 4, 4.5 minutes into this. Tires are fine. We're still in the green. There we go. Now we're officially going to be on the last lap. We are far ahead, or not far ahead, we're a little bit ahead of the competition. Namely M. Rossi. A pin in the arse. Just to spite him, I slid my DeLorean. There's right there, here's the actual little bit of a challenge. Let's keep on going. God damn it! I refuse to lose to you! You punk ass little whore! Although we did have a bit of a scratch to DeLorean, we were generally fine. Woo! Yeah, we're fine. For the most part, anyway. Forza is definitely not a game for kids, that's for sure. Oh. Like I said, the more power you add, the more unstable the vehicle itself becomes. So, you add more torque, you add more horsepower, the tires then become less reliable because there's more power put under them. So the stopping power of those tires and brakes are then less effective than the previous were, so you have to reconfigure things, you have to put on better brakes, all that kind of stuff. It becomes a whole mess, which is why I keep saying every car has a sweet spot. Every car does have a sweet spot. Ooh. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly close my window whilst the AI drives for me right now. I just have to make sure none of my cables are caught in anything. What darnation. 1 second. And there we have it. That was the last race of the E-Class Euro Tour. Now, if I wanted to, I took I had 0 credits of damage, which is insane. Now, what I want to mention is we can spice things up a bit and do a higher tier. What do we have left? We already did a S-Class? I mean, this is a 6-cylinder car. We could do that. This car does not go up to R3. It can go up to R1. Turn wagon master race cars. This is all very interesting. We've done all the Euro Tour for the most part. Can we get this car? Let's see what this car is like at R1 class. So basically, we have to just upgrade it to the moon and back. So what I'm gonna do, no, not that, no. I'm gonna go to the upgrade shop and we're gonna make a profile for this car. Save the current setup. We have one for C class, E. We have an E class. It goes all the way up to B class for us, so we can just send it. We can send it with all the parts. So let's do that. Let's see what happens when we fully modify this DeLorean to the end of the earth and see what it is like to drive. I'm not going to promise anything. I definitely cannot promise anything on that part. Wait, we can do it. Can we not do engine swap? Ooh. So like I said, normally we could stick on a twin turbocharger, but we're not able to right now. There's very much something that's preventing us from doing that. So I'm going to stick on a centrifugal supercharger. We're going to give ourselves a lot of downforce. And we were on stock tires as well, so keep that one in mind. And now we're just going to upgrade the tire thickness. Oh my god, can you imagine a DeLorean IRL with that thick a tire at the back? That would just be insane. So, for whatever reason, we can't go higher. Because we already have everything in the... Well, we don't have roll cage. We are at S-Class. I just need to double check. Now, the one thing with this is I cannot... How? I cannot download another save, or not save, tuning profile, because they just don't exist anymore. So the farthest we can go right now, unless we add a twin turbocharger, is S-Class. I do want to see what we can get up to. Can we force the game to let us in? Yes, upgrade. Automatically upgrade for the event. Unable to further optimize the car for this event. So, race anyway. Let's see what we can do here. We have selected race anyway. So, I want to know what that's going to be like. And I know for a fact that we'd have to Oh, the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. They're trying to get, people are trying to get race car driver Misha banned from that. I think it's the full-on track that they're trying to get banned from. Okay, tire pressure is going to be fine. Okay, we should be able to do this. Aerodynamics, we're going to go right for cornering. which means we will lose a bit of speed. The 50, go 43 or 42. Break the pressure or diff. Right height. Make it a little bit more bouncy. Okay, let's give this a try. We're S-Class in an R1 race. This might not go down very well. I'm expecting to get demolished. Oh my god, this actual... Oh. I am outclassing every way here. Poor DeLorean, you guys. Oh god. Oh yeah, no, I'm outclassed. I'm very much outclassed you. Yeah, no, that was a mistake and a half. It's not even a case of Rossi. It's like, look at the difference in power. Performance index of 600 versus 900. And that is literally all down to the fact that I am literally unable to go higher because I can't put a twin turbocharger in. That just makes me very, very sad. You know what though? I'm gonna give you a bit of a treat. It's not often I whip this one out. We do, however, need to go to. We need to find my Toyota Supra. There she is. The top secret 0 to 300 Supra. I still want to tune this thing. Still locked by the previous owner. God damn it. We can buy them? Oh. The only ones I have are for the DeLorean. Cars. Oh crap, I went down wrong. Fudge. My cars. I forgot how to take it for a test drive. Buy cars. Oh wait, upgrade. Test drive. We're gonna go to the Nürburgring. No, we're going to Le Mans. If y'all know anything about this particular Supra, if you've seen me use it before, you know what's happening. You know what's happening. I can smell the tires from here. Oh hell. We need to back up just a little bit. Let's go! Oh, it backfired on me. Let's go. What's the damage like? Can we still get it moving? Can we still get it moving? Don't worry, in the UK this is still road legal. Oh, she's getting there though. Holy crap. Oh yes, this is railroad legal. Let's go. Joking aside though, joking aside, that is what I wanted to show you there. Let's pop on into the DeLorean again and do a little bit of shenanigans with it. Let's see who else we can screw over with it. So, oh. My cars have to run along here. That Firebird Trans Am is so sexy. That Miura P400 is not sexy. It actually is, but not quite sexy. Oh, DeLorean, oh, DeLorean, oh, DeLorean, where are you? Come on, there you are. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to go to upgrade shop. Not press the back button. We need to go to upgrade shop, and then we have to reset the tuning on this once again. Because we're going to try and get this car as ready for E-Class. Or as comfortable as I want to get it. So, gonna do this. We obviously need the fully customizable gearbox. Can I give it the supercharger? I could give it the twin turbo charger, but I'm not getting much from it. Yeah, we now have a supercharger in here. We're E-Class. What I'm gonna do now... Is that the right ones? Yeah, racing springs. We need to make the car more stable to drive. So what we're introducing here, we're going to get the car ready for D-Class in fact. make it more structurally rigid. And all we're gonna do next is replace its air fillers. Never mind, we're getting... No, it should be... You know what, we'll go down one... We'll go down to stock tires, I think. Yeah, stock tires will do it. And then we'll go full on here. Oh, we're still C-class. Interesting. So, the full supercharger setup. Can I keep my fly? Oh. So, okay. This is why I was saying we need to... You need to find a balance with your vehicle. So by me resetting, getting all the basics that I need. So the anti-roll bar suspension brakes. And in this case, weight reduction. Because the... and a gearbox. Because the car itself turns like a bolt. And we're also introducing lighter and better made parts. So if we really want to add that supercharger, we can. And we are. Now. We could take it into D-Class right now and have ourselves a bit of a good time. Or E-Class and have ourselves a bit of a good time. With like better fuel lines. And the lack of a better air filler. However, we're not here for that. We are straight up a D-Class. Now, we could go a little bit ahead into C-Class if we wanted to. But I want my flight fuel. Oh, son of a whore. See, this is why I said we need to kind of make compromises. That'll be fine. So we have a flywheel. We can do stage 1, stage 2. And we get a bit of extra power from this. So even though we have a half-decent D-Class setup anyway, there's no harm in going above and beyond to try and make it a little better. So if I go to Setup Manager and load a setup, I actually don't have one for D-Class. That's a little on the embarrassing side. If I want to balance things out more, we could do this. We go down 1, so we go from 2,400 to 2,650. So if we wanted to, we could indeed put the sports supercharger in. Which would leave us with a little bit of extra power underneath all of this. Now keep in mind, we are still on sports regular tires. And we're going to have to configure 1 or 2 smaller things. So we give ourselves less tire pressure. Our max speed is 166, which is interesting. So if we do this, bring that down further. Roll bars are fine. Ride height. Let's do 5 and then 5.3. Damping is fine. Aerodynamics is fine. Let's do this. And bring our deceleration down. We should have a half decent. What are we? D class. So let's FED. FED. So Asian Tour, North America Tour, and D class World Tour. So 7 races, 5. Oh. We got a little couple here. Now, one thing we have to watch out for is torque. We need to make sure we're not only as torquey as our opponents, which means we look at their car, then we go into the buy car section, and then we look for that car in particular to see what torque is running. Opponent upgrades are off, so they'll be using as close to the limit as possible in terms of vehicles. So let's see, starting grid. Acura and RSX, Lexus IS 300, Ford Focus. Interesting. So you can see the highest it goes is 342. Now we need to see how torquey an Acura RSX and a Lexus IS 300 are. And I think we're about to find out. So join me, friends, as we race here. Well, goddamn. Looks like we're doing just fine. One thing I want to try and see how far you can get with a car that is largely handling focused. So you get your gearbox that you can tune up, and then you put in like weight reduction, roll bars, extra suspension, that kind of thing. So what I might do after this race is go back and try that. See what we can do for, what are we in, D class? Yeah, so like I originally thought, the best performance index section for a DeLorean is either going to be D class or C class. So we have to keep that one in mind. Understeered, Captain. We're understeered. Oversteered. Now we have such a distance on them that we can get away with that. I don't recommend it. They're not going to catch up, we should be fine for the most part. So, yeah, they're not going to have as much torque as we do. They really shouldn't. But who knows, the driver behind them, which in this case is Jay Davis. Wait, everyone's had a crash? Or they've had a knock at some point? That's why they have the exclamation mark, they went off track or something. That's on me. That's on me. I was too fast. I was too fast. That had nothing to do with my opponents. That was all on me. But like I said, what you need is a good setup. You need to have a good balance. You need to have that balance of grip and torque and horsepower. In this case, we have two of those. So once we finish this race, what we'll do is we'll go all handling. That sliding that I'm experiencing is my lack of traction. Yeah, we really messed that one up. But they're not pulling ahead, so we're fine. We got that extra power. But, yeah. Oh, by the way, tomorrow we're doing something a little new. Or newish to the channel. I have to make this car a bit more acceleration focused. Jesus. But no, tomorrow we're playing Martha is Dead. A little spooky game. I got to test it back in 2021. Sucks to be him. But it's a very spooky game. It's not for the faint of heart. It's definitely not for minors. This channel's not for minors either. So if you're under the age of 18, do not attend tomorrow's stream. Oh, we got wiped that. I'm coming for this dude. He's like 120 going along there, which is insane. It is very clear I'm not going to win that race. I had my chance, but for whatever reason we can't play catch up till fucking old time Americano over here. So we'll skip out on that one. Well, we'll reconfigure D class and see just how far we can go with handling being the focus. So best tires. Going right for a gearbox. Then we go in here. Here. in here. No, don't need to worry about that. So our thing is done. So we could go this route, or son of a whore. Let's do this. Air filter, throttle body. Let's do this. That's 350. That's the limit. So we literally have nothing else. So if I wanted to, this is a very light vehicle. If we go down, in terms of weight reduction, no, if we keep weight reduction, we should be all right for the most part. So we're still at 138 horsepower. That's not even close to enough. So we're at the pinnacle of what this car can offer. So what we're gonna do, we is gonna fiddle with it. Oh, sweet Christ. 1, 2, 3. Where's my 6th gear? My 6th gear's there. Sweet Jesus. That should be what our graph looks like a little bit. So we're not going to have the same torque as we did before. However, what we're going to do is we are going to minimize. That is the wrong. There we go. We're going to slowly reduce the handling aspect of it and do change down tires first to what? Street or sport. And then we'll build up our torque and go from there. And yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it. That's how I'm gonna do it. We need to find that balance within D class, and then if you want to move up to B class, you very much can. Oh yeah, there we go. They're all staying the same length. The roll bars are fine. Maybe that just a little bit higher. My diff. We're going to keep that here for now. The car's going to get raised just a little bit. But I also want to see what kind of torque this car puts up. It's going to be almost B standard. So something like 130 foot-pound of torque. Which means the Acura and the Lexus should beat this. Shockingly, it's not. What? We are being somewhat competitive. What is happening? This is nuts. So there's a custom gearbox in this. But there's nothing in here that changes how much torque and how much horsepower the car is, outside of maybe one thing. The goal is to try and make that fucker more unstable. Oh, you whore! He maneuvered around me. Okay. Okay, that was just uncalled for. That was uncalled for. You saw that. That was uncalled for. Oh my god. I'm going to change my gear ratio so certain gears are not as slow. There we go. That should do it. The gear ratios should still be long, but they're hitting different miles per hour. So we should be able to reach certain gears faster. This one is very interesting, to say the least. So for the car to still be able to perform like this is mind-blowing. Yeah, we're not in first, but we can definitely do something with this. Like, keeping in mind, they're not exactly shooting past either. So here's the thing, what could we do with an extra little oomph thrown at the tank? How much better could we do if we decreased our tire compound just, what, 2 levels? Let's see how well we do. Definitely shouldn't have swerved, but okay then. Look at that, we're still able to keep second place. This guy is farther ahead. It's Jade Davis in the Acura RSX. That doesn't make much of a difference because these cars do have a better rubber banding on them. to a certain degree, but there's also a lot of skill involved with how these fuckers are driving, and you've seen it here already. You've seen it here already. So what we're gonna do, we have our handling maxed out, so let's degrade the handling a little bit and put in some torque. And then see how well we do. We can just add in a supercharger. So if we go to upgrade, upgrade shop, and we find our tires, we're at the best one. So if we go down to here, we can not only add in a little bit extra performance, which, in all honesty, what do go do this, and then do this, then do this, and then we're gonna add in our. Never mind. Oh. Yeah, there's no way we're getting that. Do this. So that's decreasing that for a little bit extra torque. However, if we really wanted to, I mean, that would put us up to 160 brake hard. Well, this should be fine. We lose 5 pounds of 5 foot-pounds of torque. What else can we get away with here? That gives us a little bit extra. La 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 la. We get 6 extra points here. We're already at the max that we can be at. Yeah, that's 4 points for upgrading oil and cooling. So if we decrease that and do something along the lines of not that. Oh. It might just have to be that, I think. 6.3. Nope. Yeah, we could have done. I could have done exhaust. Cam's out of it. We're 2 points ahead for that. Our best bet is to put this back in, be 161 brake horse. Because all we've done is reduce the tire compound by 2. The rest of it is still the same. So let's see what kind of a difference that extra torque makes. La 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 la. Oh. Alright. Still Tris. We don't need to configure anything. Well, we got this. We got the power. We got everything we need. There we go. We are back in action. Don't you even dare try to smack my car, bitch. I will tell your mother to put bleach in your moon pies. Fucking American. God damn. With that amount of torque that we put into the car, just from upgrading the fuel system, putting in new heads, and decreasing the tire compound was more than enough to get us to this position. Now, I'm not one to speculate, but I'm pretty sure we have a great ratio right now with this car. Because our upgrades to it were very minimal. Minimal is all hell, and they're so far back, it's like they've been held back in school. It's like they're still sitting there with crayons stuffed up their nose and playing with glue. Now keeping in mind, we held second place very strong. Simply down to the fact we gave ourselves a customizable transmission, better clutch, better flywheel, lighter drive shaft, and a better diff. Obviously with suspension and all that. But the main component into the car driving better overall had nothing to do with our horsepower, because we didn't change that very much to begin with. Because we only gained, what, 5 or 10 extra horsepower from putting in a better radiator for oil, and that was it. We went to a pure handling standpoint for this car. And we're messing up gear 5 next. I intentionally stayed in a 4th gear just to see what they would do. Turns out they're not doing very much. He is slowly catching up, but that's not going to last. It's an Acura. It's designed to fail. Woo! That was a close one. That was on my part for not braking correctly. But we are on lap 2 out of 4 with our borderline perfect DeLorean, who will not be taken over by those stupid little Acuras. Oh God! Get out of here. Get out of here. Boy! Like I said, they wouldn't be overtaken by Acuras. They'll just go off course. Although I might have ruined my DeLorean. I've ruined my DeLorean. Okay. No you don't. Can I be kicked off of the race for like misbehaving? The AI got sick of losing to a DeLorean, so they floored it. But joke's on them, we kicked their teeth in a second. Like, there's no reason for them to have that kind of advantage. Because for them to have that kind of lead on me right now, they'd have to be going over 100. And I don't see that from those Acuras. Yeah, Lexus and Acuras. Oh, bless me. Oh, what the fuck did I just hit? That sneezed so hard I hit my goddamn spacebar. And caused the Armor X folder to open up. But no, those cars suck. I'll be starting the race. They crept up and I failed to block them, which meant I got pissed off and then crashed my car into them out of bit of rage, innit? So, how this is going to play out, I'm going to speed ahead of them and I'm going to keep my first place lead. See, like this is how it should have been playing out the entire time. Like this. Our top speed beforehand was about 144. So if I tuned to a bit more acceleration heavy, not by much, then we should have been able to get something pretty decent. Because the way I'm driving, it's the kind of lead I should have had on them the entire time. Because it's a fully custom vehicle that is outpacing them a fair amount. Yeah, buddy boy. You remember where your place is. Sucks to be you, dipshit! To be fair, he did actually crash into me, and then because of my car's weight and what it's made out of, he spun out. Which meant we just caused a bit of a pileup, which means the slower vehicles now have a chance to pull ahead and maybe get a win. But that was entirely on him. He shouldn't have done that. He made a tricky maneuver, and it didn't pay off. Now the other racers can actually make maneuvers. Unlike in the Horizon franchise where they cannot, they are programmed to go round the track. They're not programmed to overtake in any particular way. They're not programmed to brake check you. They're not even programmed to try and get away from you. They're just programmed to go around the circuit in one way. And we proved that live on air, where we knocked someone off of the track and they just kept trying to go forward. They didn't try to brake, they didn't try to get out of it. If you did that here, you could see them get back on the track and try to catch up to you. So there is also that part of it. This is also making my ears very warm right now. Oh yeah, they definitely crashed here and caused a pileup because there's a bit of bumper, a bit of spoiler, a bit of everything, to be honest. They did catch up quite quick. I'm very impressed with that. Round and round we go. Where she'll stop, no one knows. That's the motto for this. Granted, it's not a very good motto, and this headset's kind of hurt my ears. I've got to take it off a little bit. But yeah. Those brakes also should not have locked up like that, because I wasn't fully pressed down on the triggers. I don't. See, look what just happened there. If that was Horizon 5, or any of the Horizon games, they would have kept going. You saw them apply their brakes a little bit and ease up. You will not get that in other Forza games. At least not in the modern day. There we are. That's a nice reasonable lead, like we should have had from the beginning. Now we're slowly catching up. So, why the fuck did my car not start slowing down when I went down my brake chain? I don't know, brake chain, my thing. Now the AI is struggling to drive the car. God damn it. Ow. There we go, that should be the setting properly now. I don't know what the hell happened there. You don't just suddenly lose your brakes. Because I was pushing, the footage shows I was pushing down on my brakes and the car locked up. What I don't like is the car unnecessarily locking up like that. Ah, it is so annoying. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove one stage of weight reduction. And we're just going to send the torque with whatever else we have. Better engine. Engine block. Let me do this. We got all that extra power. God damn. Wait, we can get thicker wheels. There we go. We are adding a little bit of weight to the car. And we will need to raise it at the front a little bit. But that's fine with me. Because there's a bit of an offset that you need to have here, so... Yeah, that should do it, I would think. So go race, event list, we'll do it again. We now have more horsepower, we have more torque. Where we D-class? Yeah, we'll have more torque than we initially did, so it's going to be more interesting that way. I'm going to very much enjoy this. Now, keep it in mind, our payout is only 7,300 credits. And you might have noticed I didn't pay for very much here in this game. Because as you increase your driver level and your affinity level with a given manufacturer, you get bonuses. Which means certain vehicles will cost you less, certain parts will cost you less. I now have 100% off everything DeLorean. So I can upgrade this car willy-nilly. You filthy bitch! Go get banned, you cheating fucking losers. You know what? I'll restart the race and I'll reconfigure my gearbox a little bit and I'll just fucking drive you to shame. Because that's kind of what you want to do ideally. You run those mother hubbers into the ground. Oh yeah, no, we do so much more with this. There we go. That'll do it. And I'm more acceleration focused, or more top speed focused, but our ratios are still the same. It's just we're hitting them at different speeds now. Not gonna lie though, what I might do is remove the parts that I added on recently, and then put the weight reduction back on, the full set, because the car is now, what, 400 pounds heavier. So, that's gonna be interesting. So, go here. Put this back on. Oh, we did have that. Interestingly enough, there we go. We can still get a little bit better coverage. Oh, it's 2 points. That's rather annoying. So now back at what we used to be for the most part. We still have our piston, our custom pistons and all that. We still have a better ratio, I think. Yeah, I just made this longer like that. So each gear is gonna go for longer, but we're hitting it at different speeds. Just like before, we should be quicker for that. So this is what you kind of have to figure out. You have to figure out a way to beat these races in a way where you're comfortable. For example, you have to make sure you're driving the car the way you want it to drive. You have to make sure it drives the way you want it to in that given configuration. You have to go your way to do it. You have to tune it precisely. In my case now, I might have a slight case of stick drift, so I really can't say. I'm not going to affect my gear. My top speed's not changed. But we know this car is very much capable, and because it's not having to howk around a whole boatload of crap, we have the advantage. You sir are a butthole. Crump the my DeLorean like that. My car's gonna drive better than yours, so we have 4 laps to do it. Could we have benefited from more torque? Yes. But that would have brought us to C class. Look at that, we're doing just fine here. God. Yeah, just look at how good we're doing. We're lighter, we're able to turn better overall. Yeah, simple. I don't know who screwed up or how they screwed up, but they done gone screwed up, so... Went and crumbled my gosh little damn car. I think the best limit for this car is going to be about, what, 250 foot-pound torque. Give or take. You also have to compensate for the car's weight as well when you put torque figures in. Yeah, look at the lead we have. Because not only are we faster, but we're also driving a lot better than we normally were. And I'm concentrating more as well. That'll have something to do with it. See what happens when you concentrate a lot. Whew. 80 miles an hour, exactly. I made sure to sabotage it just for that. But we got what we needed to get. We're now driver level 84. You get big boy bonuses for that. We've spent almost 2 hours on this game. And we have kind of perfected our little DeLorean here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pop on off. All my temps and all that are really good on this Xbox. Oh. So we're running Aurora, we're not doing any kind of updates. There ain't no bloody need for it. But no. Tomorrow, we are playing Martha is Dead. It's a horror game. It is a very good horror game. For context, I done a stream for the studio behind it in 2011. Or 2011. 2021! God, I wasn't even streaming in 2011. What is that? Whatever. No, I did a stream for Wired Productions in 2021 to promote Arcade Paradise and Martha is Dead. I thought I'd lost the footage, found the footage, decided to make it a dedicated upload on the channel. They did give me full permission for to record my gameplay session with it. So you've seen that before. It's on the channel. Went up recently. But tomorrow we're playing through the full game, and I will be reusing thumbnail. I will be, absolutely. It is interesting though. It is interesting. You play as a girl that saw her sister get killed, but then her family sees and then confuses the dead sister for the still living sister. So the sister that dies is called Martha. And the sister still living assumes the identity of Martha, even going into a little dream sequence about it, where she, in this dreamscape, grabs a stone, cuts off her sister's face, and puts it on, signifying she's now taken that identity and she herself is now Martha. And then a lot of spooky shit happens. I don't remember too much, because I didn't get to play that much of the game. I spent a bunch of my time in that game exploring. And it was a pre-release build. It was months old by the time myself and a bunch of other streamers got to play it on the Wire Production Steam page. So, yeah. So we're playing that tomorrow. Hopefully it's a good old time. Next week, it's all me. It is all me next week. No Bellline streams. Because they're on holiday. So I'll figure out 5 different games. Gonna get a little bit of help with one of them. And then we'll see. We'll take it from there. So, without further ado, if you have enjoyed yourself, don't forget to leave a like, share the content around, turn on the notification bell, etc., etc. I will be doing more Forza 4 content, and then going over how shifty and weird the game can actually be. Like you saw tonight, there's that. We fully upgraded the DeLorean handling wise, so we gave it the. We didn't need the roll cage. That only adds structural rigidity and prevents from rolling. But in terms of handling, we fully upgraded the tires. We fully upgraded the suspension. We swapped out a lot of the gearbox. We gave it a racing transmission. Still the same amount of gears, but the gears were fully customizable. We gave it a lighter drive shaft and a better diff. Those were the main parts. Those things themselves did not add any horsepower or any torque. It made the car lighter because we added weight reduction, which took about 800 pounds of weight off the car. Then we went and put in a new flywheel. We put in a new clutch. And we gave a little bit better cooling for the oil. And that was it. That added, what, like 5 horsepower. Then we took off the tires, put on fillers, put on piston, put in new pistons and a couple other bits. And that was it. But with just the handling, with just the tires, brakes, suspension, weight reduction, and gearbox shenanigans, we were able to keep up with those cars and stay in second place. Yes, first place had a substantial lead. Still confused about that because it's the same kind of performance as the other cars that were there for the top 4 or 5 slots. Our horsepower was one of the weakest, our torque was one of the weakest, and yet we still kept second place for a while. Goes to show what just fiddling with the handling and giving a better gearbox can do. Instead of applying all these engine bay parts like throttle body and all that. But no, there's gonna be more streams like that, specifically with a DeLorean. I also got to show off the Unicorn Supra, which I might have grabbed with a tool at one point and had a little bit of fun with it. Because this is a partially modified save. I gave myself a bunch of money years ago and injected some unicorn cars onto my account. Then me being a little bit of a dum-dum, I might have went and... Oh god, I might have went... I tried to send a unicorn car down the gift box, and that got me banned from the marketplace for that game, so... Rip me, I guess. Anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. This has been GTA Raj. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, take care, and bye.